I watched you drift away like a leaf in the stream. Every smile grew distant, every word a dream. I tried to hold your hand, I tried to pull you near, but slowly, quietly, you disappeared. I felt the space grow wide. I lost you slowly, piece by piece. I lost you slowly, and the pain won't cease. I lost you slowly, while I held on tight. I lost you slowly into the night. I stayed through the silence, I stayed through the lies, I stayed believing we could harmonize. But love slipped through fingers like sand on the floor. I lost you slowly, and I can't love you more. I let go to survive. I lost you slowly, and I'll heal in time. I lost you slowly, but I'll be fine. I lost you slowly, yet I'll find my way, and love will return another day. I lost you slowly, but I'll rise I gave you all my mornings, I gave you all my nights. I whispered all my secrets, hoping for your light. I held you in my dreams, though you weren't aware. I loved you alone, and nobody cared. Thought love was enough. I loved you alone, through every silent tear. I loved you alone, through every lonely year. I loved you alone, and it broke my heart. I gave all my love, but we fell apart. I stayed when it hurt, I stayed and all I portrayed. But love can't survive if it's only one way. I loved you alone, and I learned today I'll find a love that sees me. I loved you alone, and I let go. I loved you alone, but I need to grow. I loved you alone, and I love myself first. I'll heal my heart from the quiet hurt. I loved you alone. Now I'm learning to be whole. I gave you all my heart, I held you close at night, I whispered all my dreams, hoping you'd hold tight. But you didn't look back, you walked away and left me alone with nothing to say. I thought love meant together. I loved you alone while you turned away. I loved you alone through each lonely day. I loved you alone, and it broke my heart. I gave you my all. loved you when it hurt, when the nights were cold. I held you in my arms when your heart felt old. I stayed through the shadows, through the tears and the rain. I loved you fully, past the hurt and the pain. I thought love meant enduring. I loved you past the pain, even when it tore me apart. I loved you through the storm with an open heart. I loved you past the pain and gave you all I could. I loved you fully, even when you misunderstood. I stayed when you pushed me, I stayed when you went away. I hoped you'd come back, but you chose to stray. I gave you my all, even when you caused the ache. I loved you past the pain and every heartbreak. I thought love could heal everything. I loved you past the pain, even when I was broken inside. I loved you in silence, even when I cried. I loved you past the pain, but now I must let go. I'll heal my heart and let my own love grow. I loved you past the pain. Now I love me again. I dove into your world with all my heart. I gave everything right from the start. I love too deeply, I love too much. I offered my soul with every touch. I thought love could conquer all. I loved you too deep, and it left me scarred. I loved you too deep, and gave you my heart. I loved you too deep, but you let it see. I gave all my love, but you weren't with me. I stayed when you faltered, I stayed through the pain. I gave all my patience, but it was in vain. I love beyond reason, I love without end, but loving too deeply walk through all your ways. I thought we were endless, I thought love would stay, but I wasn't your forever, and you walked away. I tried to hold on, but you slipped away. I wasn't yours forever, and it hurts inside. I wasn't yours forever, though I gave my pride. I wasn't yours forever, but I'll learn to be. I love myself fully and set my heart free. I stayed through your silence, I stayed through your storm. I thought love meant patience, I thought you'd transform. But hearts aren't always aligned, and dreams sometimes fade. I wasn't your forever, and I'm learning today. I'll cherish the good, release the pain. I wasn't yours forever, and I'll rise above. I wasn't yours forever, but I'll find new love. I wasn't yours forever, and that's okay. I'll heal my own heart and find my way. I wasn't yours forever, but I'll love again. I gave you all my heart, I opened every door, I whispered all my secrets, hoping you'd want more. I held on through the moments, I held on through the rain, but slowly I discovered you didn't feel the same. I stayed hoping love would grow. You didn't feel the same, and it broke me inside. I gave you everything, but you never tried. You didn't feel the same, and now I must let go. I loved with all my heart, but it wasn't for show. I replay every moment, I question every glance. I wonder if I misread the chances, the dance. I gave you all my patience, I gave you all my time, but love can't arrive if it isn't too hard to line. I find the strength to leave the depth of my love. Held on to you through every night. I gave you my heart and tried to make it right, but slowly, quietly, you let me fall. You let me break and ignored it all. I thought love meant care. You let me break and walked away. You let me break and didn't stay. You let me break, but I'll rise anew. I'll find a love that sees me through. I trusted your touch, I trusted your word. I waited for signs, but nothing occurred. I gave all my patience, I gave all my trust. You let me break and turn to dust. I'll protect my heart from you. Let me break, but I'll heal in time. You let me break, and I'll reclaim my life. You let me break, but I'll find my way and love fully. Another day. You let me break, but I'm stronger now. I held you close through the storm and rain. I gave you warmth through every pain, but but slowly, quietly, you changed your mind. You turned our love cold and left me behind. I couldn't stop the frost. You turned love cold and I froze in the night. You turned love cold and left without fight. You turned love cold and my heart feels numb. I gave you my all, but you made love undone. I trusted your words, I trusted your touch. I gave you my heart, I gave you so much. But love isn't meant to be icy and bare. You turned love cold and left me in despair. I'll find warmth again. You turn love cold, but I'll thaw in time. You turn love cold, and I'll heal this rhyme. You turn love cold, but I'll rise above. I'll find someone who feels the depths of my love. You turn love cold, but I'll be warm again. You left without anger. You left without a fight. But you walked away smiling in the quiet night. I watched you disappear while I stayed behind. Your smile was a mask. It left me confined. I couldn't reach you. You walked away smiling while I broke apart. You walked away smiling and took my heart. You walked away smiling. I'm standing here broken, trying not to fall. I replay our moments, trying to understand how love could vanish like grains of sand. I held on to but you walked away smiling, and I lost too much. I thought love was forever. You walked away smiling, while I silently cried. You